السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Wish all of you inshallah fine. That's the third lecture in poetry. So in first and second, and this is the third. So the previous class we have been talking about the elements, right? The elements of poetry. We said that the elements, lines, stanzas, and also personification and alliteration. What else? Where else? So we have been talking about more than one element. There are 13. Yes, 13 lines, stanzas, and rhyme, rhythm. Also figures and alliteration, imagery, exaggeration, symbol, metaphor, and so on. So that's what we have been talking about in the previous lecture. And this is the third one, which is inshallah will be about the type or kind of poems. So we are going to cover maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, kind or type of poetry. So we will start one by one by examples and by showing the types or kinds of poems. So I wish the best for you, and inshallah everything will be okay. I know I'm late in posting my videos, but that's what happened now. So it's okay, time's still with us, and I'm trying to make the lectures as easy as a piece of cake. So I wish the best for you, and let's start our third lecture today. Yep, it's third one, which is about types and kinds of poems. Same type, same kind. There are 6, six kinds or types of poem. So we are going to discuss it one by one. And the thing that I want you to know, just understand much more than just memorize or copy paste as it is. You have to understand what I'm going to explain for you, because it's a poetry. It's better in both in literature in general. It's better to understanding, much more better than memorizing. By memorizing, maybe sometimes you couldn't catch the idea at the exam or whatever, but when you understand, it will be much more easy for you to enter the idea in your mind. Okay, so now this is the 6 types or forms of poem. So this is the 6 types or forms of poem. First one is ballad, then ode, then elegy, then haiku, then free verse. The last one is sonnet. That's the 6 types of poems. 6 types or 6 kinds of poems. Ballad, ode, elegy, haiku, free verse, and sonnet. Okay? So when you face such these examples, what are the 6 types of poem? You are going to mention ballad, and then ode, then elegy, haiku, free verse, and sonnet. Of course, you are wondering or asking yourself, what are they? And what's the meaning of this? And what does our Miss Zeydan mean by this? Yep, inshallah, in next slides you will know what's the meaning of ballad, and what's the meaning of ode, and what's the meaning of elegy, haiku, free verse, and sonnet. So that's all. There are many, by the way, there are many types of forms of poem, but I just choose the 6. I felt that's much more important than the others. So such reason, I'm sorry, okay. So that they created something called types or kind of poems. For what reason? to make the poem much more, interested and the character, and to let the poets, to help the poets how to create the poems, because each one here they use in different uses. For example, ballad here, the meaning of ballad is song. Ballad, it means song, So when someone will just write a poem and he wanna use a ballad in his poem, it's okay, he can sing أغنية okay. أما أغنية هي قصيدة غنائية زي النشيد اللي يرددوا فيه or so on. هذا ode. sometimes when the writer going to write a poem, you could use ode, this kind of poem. And also elegy. Elegy here the meaning as when you are, for example, in a mountain and you are just sit and try to see this wonderful view from you, but in the best luck, just use all your emotions while you are looking for the trees, for the nature. So you are doing what? Sightseeing, right? So this kind of elegy, it's a poem, but related with sightseeing, when you are going to think deeply about the nature or about the real. Also here, haiku is it's a kind of poem or free verse. It means when you are going to write a poem, you will not use a rhyme or rhythm or anything. Just write whatever comes in your mind, free, without any rules. And then sonnet. Sonnet is include 14 lines or 4 stanzas. Okay, I will not make you confused or not make you confused. Let's go next, and I will show you later. Okay, let's start by ballad. Ballad. Do you like pop music? If you like pop songs, I want to tell you something. If you like pop songs, I will tell you that the ballad, it refers, to the pop songs. It's a very old or tradition, form of poetry. So the ballad is another old and traditional form of poetry that typically tells a dramatic or emotional story. The original word or the original ballad, it comes from from Europe in late Middle Age. So, and were eternally passed down from one generation to another. They are using ballad. Until now, some of pop songs, it's referred to the ballad, which is very traditional, old form of poetry in the Middle Age. And often with the music, sometimes they use ballad with music, often. So ballads do have a set form. They are typically 4 lines. 4 lines. Quatrain. 4 lines, it's called what? Quatrain. And have a rhyme scheme of A-B, A-B, or A-B-C-B. However, as I wrote it here, this form is looser than others. So it depends on the writer. You want to use A-B, A-B or not? It's up to them, not up to us, okay? But the thing that you should know is that the ballad, it's a song, it's a song. And also ballad is used, from generation to generation. So until now, there is a ballad. You can find it in pop songs. Pop songs, which is nowadays referred to ballad. Okay, so you should know that the ballad, it's what? It's a song. It's a song. It's a very old and traditional form of poetry. It tells a drama or emotional story, and also it comes from European in the Middle Age, and it's passed on from one generation to another, And often they use it, with the music, as I told you, and it's typically, not sure, of course, it includes 4 lines, okay. and the rhyme scheme is A B A B A B C B. So it's according to the poet itself. Let's see more examples about ballad. So this is another definition for ballad. Ballad, song or song-like poem that tells a story. It tells a story, sometimes it's emotional stories, tells some experience, but it specializes with song, like in music. So this is the ballad. And I just give you this example, which is include 4 lines. As I told you that the ballad, and often or typically it includes 4 lines, which call it quatrain. Quatrain, it means 4 lines. As you see here, there are 4 lines in this poem, okay? So you can read it by yourself, but the goal from ballad is you should know that it's a very old and traditional, poem, and it's passed down from one generation to another. And until now, the pop music is referred to the ballad. It's song, it's a music. Use it with the music, use it with song. So that's all. Let's go next. Okay, second type of poetry, it's ode. Of course, you are asking yourself. It's a new word, maybe, for some of you. Ode here, as I told you before, it's meaning قصيدة غنائية أو نشيد يعني. So here, ode is one of the oldest form of poetry. So it's a very old form of poetry, and also believed to have come from where? Ballad, it's as I told you before, it comes from European, Europe, but ode, it comes from ancient Greece. Okay, ancient Greece. So here the word ode here is derived from the Greek word eidein, which means to sing or chant. So the meaning of the word ode, it comes from ancient Greece and the meaning of ode is to sing or chant. And these poems, which is we see nowadays, were originally performed with a musical instrument. So here, musical instrument. So in ode we are going to use musical instrument, but in ballad just sing without any instrument, just sing. Difference between ode and ballad. In ballad it is just to sing without using instrument, but here in ode, originally performed with musical instrument. An ode is typically written to what? To praise a person, event or thing. And here the reason that an ode here is typically written to what? To praise a person, event or thing. You could write ode to your pet or favorite food or your daddy, or for winter or for summer or for land or whatever. A reason or typically written to praise, to praise to Allah or whatever. And they are usually quite short, in length, quite short and length. So ode is sing or chant, but by using what? By using instrument. So it's typically written to what? Why there is ode? Why we should write ode? Why? For what reason? You should write ode for typically to praise a person, to praise Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to even thing to write your ode to your pet or favorite food. It's up to you, but You should put in your mind. You should understand that it's quite short and length. It's not that long, okay? Okay, here ode, as I told you in previous slide, that's to sing or chant. Sing or chant by using an instrument. An ode must have 2 or more stanzas. 2 or more stanzas. I don't mean by more stanzas, I don't mean that 10 or 11, because it's typically, quite short, not like the others. So must have 2 or more stanzas, and each stanza needs to have similar structure. Must have similar structure. Rhyme is very important. Yes, an ode. Each line and stanza must rhyme with another in the same stanzas. Okay? Again. So we agree that that ode means sing or chant by using instrument, of course. Must use, have 2 or more stanzas, and each stanza must, have similar structure. Here, it's very important. The rhyme is very important in ode. So each line and stanza must have rhyme with another in these stanzas. For example, in the stanzas which I'm going to show to you in next slide, you will see it inshallah. Line 1 and 3 rhyme with each other, and line 2 and 4 with each other. Also, it's such a revision for rhyme, because you already know the rhyme it means the ends of the words which have the same sound. So every line, has a rhyming partner. No lines are left unrhymed. You must rhyme it together. This is what we call it ode, because you are going to sing by using instrument, so you must use rhyme. You couldn't sing without using rhyme. So rhyme is very important, very important in ode. You couldn't, just sing the song without using rhyme. Like in our era right now, in our songs in 2020, you cannot just, you can't feel interest when you just hear music, but without rhyme. So you feel like it's a lot of words not connected with each other in sound, so it doesn't mean anything for you, and even you couldn't, memorize it. But the rhyme, it helps you to catch the attention, to feel joyful with the song. So back again, we said that the must have same rhyme. Okay, we will see next example of ode, and we will discuss together. Okay, so this is the example of ode. As I told you, ode is a sing or chant by using it's a very short, little bit. It's short, not that long in length, and also the rhyme A B and C D. So this is the example. And don't forget that the ballad, the history of ballad, it comes from Europe, and ode, it comes from ancient Greece. So this is the poem in front of you. I wonder, let's start reading. I couldn't sing, of course. I wonder, do you feel today as I feel since hands in hand? We sat down on the grass to stream, separated through the land. This morning from a May. For me, I touch it through, I know. He tantalizing me many times, like journeys of tree dispersions through, moving across our path, for rhymes to catch heavy and let go. Okay, so as you see here, A, B, and A, B for today and stray, hand and land, day and me, know and through, times, rhymes, and go and know. So that's what we called ode. Ode, an ode, an ode is it's very, very, very important to use a rhyme. It's very, very important. It's not like the other kind or type of poetry, which is rhyme is up to the poets. No, it's a rule. You should use a rhyme because you are going to sing. sing by using instrument. Okay, this is the example of ode. So now, after you understood the meaning of ode and the uses of ode, now let's come to the next, which is types of ode. By the way, ode is a second type of poem. Second type. First one is ballad, second one is ode. So the types of ode, there are three types. First one, it's called Bender ode. Yes, that's the name, Bender ode. No meaning for Bender ode. This ode was named after an ancient Greek poet, Bender, who began writing choral poems that were meant to be sung at public events. It contains three traits: strophe, antipathy, and final stanza, as epoch, with irregular rhyme patterns, irregular and ranges of lines. Okay, so Bender, you should just understand this point that bend is, you can summarize like that. When you face such this question, you can summarize. You will say that it's you can summarize it like that. That's Bender ode. It's sing in a public event, and also it includes irregular rhyme patterns. Okay, that's the idea. Yep, so let's go to the second type of ode. Okay, second type of ode is Horation Ode. Horation Ode. The name of this ode was taken from the Latin poet Horation Ode. It's the verse from the Latin poet Horace. Unlike Horace, Ode of Bender, Horation Ode is informal. Informal. So the name, it's taken from Latin poet, and it's informal and also meditative and intimated. It's informal, meditative, and intimated. These odes dwell upon interesting subject matters, which were simple and were pleasing to the senses. Since Horatian odes are informal in tone and they are devoid of any strict rules. First one, it's taken from Latin poet and it's informal, meditative, and intimated. Okay. And also it's devoid of any strict rules، يعني خالية بكل يعني مجردة تماما من أي قواعد. هي شنو؟ لأن من اسمها informal، يعني formal هي رسمية، يعني أما هي informal اللي هي غير رسمية يعني. As I told you, it's taken from Latin. To summarize this slide, it's taken from Latin and it's informal, and it's also it's devoid of any strict rules. Let's go to the third kind of ode. Okay, irregular ode. من اسمها irregular، مش regular. Irregular ode. So this type of ode is without any formal rhyme scheme and structure, such as Benderic ode. Hence, the poet has great freedom and flexibility to try any types of concept and moods. William Wordsworth and John Keats were such poets who extensively wrote irregular ode, taking advantage of this fact. So, irregular ode, it's from the name. Irregular, it's without any formal rhyme scheme. No formal rhyme scheme, Structure also as like Benderic ode. So it helps, that the poet has great freedom and flexibility. So you can use any rhyme scheme you wanna. You can use any rhythm. So no limit at all. It's all up to you. Okay. Let's go to the original one, which is ode. Ode, it's sing or chant by using what instrument, and we have divided the three types of ode. First one, it's called Bendaric ode, and then the second one, it's called Horatian ode, and the last one, irregular ode. Okay. So here there are 6 steps for writing an ode. When you are going to write an ode, there are 6 steps. You will not write the ode, okay? But just a general idea that you should know it, okay? The first one is get emotional. While you are going to write an ode, you have feel what you are going to write. Try to use all your feelings: sadness, happiness, depressive, disappointment, whatever. So, first one, to can write a good or perfect ode, you should get emotional. You have to be very sensitive and use your emotion while you are writing what comes in your mind. The second one, if you feel it, just say it. If you feel something, just say it, but not say it in, just in speaking, just say it by writing. Feel free to write, So if you feel something, just say something. Okay, but say it by pick up your pen and write down what you feel and what you say. Think about your react while you are going to write something. So, okay, by yourself, I'm going to write about if I hit my son, so I'm going to try to think about the reaction that my son going to do while I'm hitting him. Okay, something like that. The last step is size matter. Size matter here, it means try to think in different aspects about something and written different stanzas. So when you are going to choose, for example, environment, you are going to write ode about environment. You are going to think about different aspects, and according to these different aspects, you are going to write different stanzas. For example, you found 3 aspects, so it means you are going to write 3 stanzas. Each stanza includes a different topic. Okay, so to rhyme or not to rhyme. Okay, this is also the tips. Okay, you are free if you wanted to use a rhyme or not, but you should know that the traditional poets always include rhyme. So if it does rhyme, it's a wisdom. So if you just use a rhyme, it's a wisdom. But if you didn't use it, it's okay. But it's better to use a rhyme. Share your poem. So after you type it, you are going to share it with someone just to make him happy. So the sky is the limit. So what's the meaning? Rhyme or sing. After you're done, all try to rhyme or sing by using ode, which is mean sing by using instrument, or rhyme by ballad or whatever. So those are 6 steps for writing a note. First of all, you should use your emotion. Try to feel and use all your emotions, and to be a sensitive. While you are being sensitive, your writing will be perfect. Not don't be like a wall. You don't have any feeling. No, you should use your feeling. I'm sure that you have a lot of feeling. Anyway, if you feel it, just say it. If you feel something, just say it automatically. Then size matters. Think of different aspects about your topic, which is about your poem, and according of those aspects, you are going to write stanzas. And that's all. Let's go next. Okay, the first one ballad, then ode, the third one, which is elegy. Elegy. What's the meaning of that? What can I do with elegy poem? With this, I'm sorry, when I'm going to use my elegy in poem. When exactly? An elegy doesn't have the rule like some of the other forms of poetry, but it doesn't have a set subject. It have a set of subjects. Elegy, it's about death. Yes, when you lose someone you love, or anyone that you love, but don't lose him while he's still alive. No, lose him, it means he passed away in Jannah, inshallah. So this type of poem is called elegy. Elegy uses, the subject or the aim of this type of elegy is death. So they are usually written about love one or love someone who has passed away. Okay. But it can also be written about a group of people too. Although they can sound sad, elegies often end in hopeful note. Okay. So the goal that we should know that elegy it's different than ballad and ode. Elegy it's sadness, the most sadness kind or type of poetry or poem. So as I told you that elegy doesn't have rule at all like the other forms of poetry, but it does have a topic. Okay, doesn't have a rule but have a topic. Topic must be about this. Must be about this, which is written about love, love someone passed away or whatever. So it means it's a sound sad, Yes, so that's the elegy. So here another definition for elegy. Elegy is a poem that reflects upon death or loss. Okay, قصيدة يعني حزينة على الفقدان. Traditionally, it contains themes of mourning, loss, and reflections. However, it can also explore the theme of redemption and consolation. So here the definition of elegy is reflected upon what? Death or loss. So it's a very sad poem. Okay, very sad poem. Okay, so until now we already know ballad, ode, and elegy. So what else? Let's go next. Okay, this slide must be the first one, but anyway, so we already know that the ballad it comes from Europe, and ode it comes from ancient Greece. But what about elegy? Elegy is from ancient Greek tradition of elegia. The term refers to the poetic verse that is versed in elegiac couplets, addressing topics such as lose, death, love, and war. Okay, lose, death, love, and war. This type of poem is very touchable in our country because there are many wars and many losers. Inshallah, bless them and in Jannah. So anyway, so the original elegy it comes from ancient Greek. It's a very tradition, of course. It's couplet. It means two, and it's the topics such as about lose, death, love, and war. So when romance, it's related with romance and the Greek. So that's the original, the original of the elegy poem. Okay, so you already know the meaning, and you already know the original word. It comes from what, and the type of poem, which is ode. It talks about what. Okay, so let's go now. Okay, so the fourth one is haiku poems. Haiku poems from the word haiku. Ni hao ma. ni hao ma. It's the original from Asian continent, قارة آسيا طبعا. هذا النوع من القصائد. The haiku or haiku is an ancient of Japanese poetry that has become very popular all over the world. Nowadays, until nowadays, it's still very popular. It's called haiku or haiku. Haiku is ancient from Japanese poetry that has become very popular over the world. Renowned for its small size, small size. Haikus consist of just 3 lines. Just 3 lines. Haiku include or consist just 3 lines. The first and third lines have 5 syllables. Must have 5 syllables. Whereas the second have 7. Haikus don't have to Haikus don't have to rhyme and are usually written to evoke a particular mood or instance. So you can have a little fun with them. You may have written or will find yourself in writing your own haiku at some point in school, or you can get creative and try it at time in home or whatever. So the most important thing is haiku is an ancient, or haiku is ancient, from Japan, from Japanese poetry, which has become popular all over the world. It's very small, it just consists of 3 lines, okay? And we should use the syllables. We can make such a red line and differentiate between haiku and ode and ballad and elegy by saying that haiku must include syllables. How? The first and third lines must have 5 syllables. Second has 7 syllables. Okay, so writing a haiku poem, it's a very simple process. And inshallah in next slide, I'll going over the process with you. Step by step instructions. We are going to use instruction, and I will show you how to use the syllables and lines. So basically, haiku poems involve 3 lines, and each of those 3 lines has a certain number of syllables that it must have. The first line must have 5 syllables, second line must have 7 syllables, and third must have 5 syllables. So 5, 7, 5. 5, 7, 5. So when you're going to create a haiku poem, it generally focuses on certain topic or certain theme. Haiku poems, it's facts and or on certain topic or certain theme, just certain topic or certain theme. So you can just throw together a whole bunch of words and expect it to be a haiku. It has been, revolving around a certain theme and maybe the way that things make you feel. So haiku poems, it's all surrounded with the same, same theme or same topic. Okay, the matter of the poem is the same. And also you should know that haiku poems talk about nature and feeling. So I will show you the next slide that I find it is a very simple poem. I will show you the example of this simple poem. Okay, but you should know that the haiku poems it talks about nature and feeling. Okay, this is the example of haiku poems. Okay, haiku poems. So I told you that haiku poems, it include only 3 lines. First line must, should have 5 syllables. Second, 7 syllables, and then the last one, which is 5 syllables. For example, I just found this very simple poem, which is about nature. First one, a beautiful day, always drives the pain away. That's all I will say. Yes, a beautiful day always drives the pen away. That's all I will say. Also, a beautiful people always drives the pen away. That's all I will say. Okay, so the first line, it includes 5 syllables. A beautiful day. Second line, always drives the pen away. The last one, the third one, that's all I'll say. So that's the example of haiku. It includes 3 lines. The first line 5 syllables, 6 line 7 syllables, and third line, 7 syllables, third line and 5 syllables. So that's the example of haiku poem. This is the fifth one, the fifth kind of poem, which is free verse. From the title, free verse, it means something free. No rules, no need to use rhyme, no need to use rhythm. It's up to you, free verse. So free verse is a popular style of modern poetry, and its name suggests that there is a fair amount of freedom. In title, as I told you, in a fair amount of freedom when it comes to writing a poem like this. So free verse can rhyme or not. It can have as many lines or stanzas as the poet wants, and it can be about anything you like. So while free verse may sound simple enough, and lack of rules makes this form of poetry tricky to master. So this type of poetry, it's a fair amount of freedom for the writer. They can use rhyme, rhythm, ABC. They can use ode, a ballad. It's up, free, no limit. Whatever. Free of limitation. That means you can have any rhyme scheme, or you can have no rhyme scheme. So free verse poems follow natural speech pattern. Natural speech pattern. Natural speech. The way that you speak normally, naturally. So that means they sound like someone's talking. Normal talking. Normal talking, again. So, free of limitation, that means you can have any rhyme scheme, or you can have no rhyme scheme, up to you. Up to the writer, or up to the poet. So free verse poems follow natural speech pattern. So you can use any pattern of speech, normal, like I'm talking now. So you can use it in your poem too. You can write normally without any limitation. Okay. So this is a free verse. Now the last type or kind of poem is sonnet. Sonnet. Of course, when you hear the word sonnet, William Shakespeare comes in your mind. Yeah. This is very old. This is a very old form of poetry. Was made famous by none other than William Shakespeare. The sonnet actually the original of the sonnet and when in 13th century Italy. In Italy. Where it was, perfected by the poet Petrarch. The word sonnet is derived from the Italian word sonetto. So the history or the original word, or it comes from where? From Italy. So it was sonetto. Then we changed it to sonnet in English, which means a lyric song. Lyric song, lyric, not that song like ode with instrument, but this one is lyric song. Traditionally, sonnets are made of 14 lines. 14 lines, okay, put in your mind. 14 lines, and usually deal with love. Deal with love. As a rule of Petrarch Italian, sonnets follow an ABBA, CDE. This is the rhyme scheme. Whereas Shakespearean English sonnets are typically ABAB, CDEF, GG. But of course, rules are made to be broken. Okay. So we agree that's a tradition, but the rules nowadays it's broken, you know, not always A, B, or so on. But when you are going to see a sonnet and you are going to differentiate between sonnet and ode, or between sonnet and free verse, or between what we call between sonnet and any other type of poetry, when you see that there are 14 lines and the rhyme from A, B, B, A, so automatically you will say that's a sonnet. So the original sonnet, it comes from Italy, you know, Italy. It was a sonetto. It's made up of 14 lines. It includes a specific rhyme scheme, but of course it's broken. Not anyone can use it. And okay, to don't forget that it comes in 13th century in Italy. Okay, let's see more examples about sonnet. Again, definition of sonnet: a poem that always follows a set structure of 14 lines. It usually deals with one topic but frequently presents different ideas on topic. Again, sonnet: a poem that always follows a set of structures of 14 lines. It usually deals with one topic but frequently presents different ideas on the topic. A sonnet, again, in this brown box or orange box, I've wrote that the sonnet is 14 lines poem broken into 4 stanzas. So 4 stanzas, 4 stanzas, 4 stanzas. The stanza is portion of a poem. Stanza is very important. It's a portion of a poem, just like essay. Essay have a paragraph, right? And the paragraph in essay is very important. You couldn't write essay without a paragraph. You should make it paragraph to know what it's essay. So also stanza is portion of a poem. So as the paragraph is important in essay, so also the portion is important in stanzas. So again, sonnet is 14 line books broken into 4 stanzas. Stanzas is a portion of a poem, just like essay have a paragraph and song. So, and song have verses, stanzas, and sonnet followers of specific pattern. From 3 stanzas have 4 lines, and the last stanzas have 2 lines. Sonnet always have end rhyme and follow anti-syllable pattern. So here pattern, just forget one of the alphabet, I think. Okay, anyway, so the history of sonnet, it comes from Italy in 13th century. It was sonetto, so they changed it to a sonnet. It includes 14 lines with four stanzas. So we need to know more about sonnet. We need example. It's not enough. Talking and explaining is not enough. Show us example to could know the meaning, to catch the meaning of sonnet. Okay, let's see the example, guys. Okay, this is the example front of you. You can read it by yourself, but the thing that you should know that A, P, A, P, A, P. Okay. I just put A, B, C, D in 4 stanzas. It includes 14 lines. Okay, 14 lines. Miss Aya said if there is a 14 lines, it means it's sonnet. So yes, that's right. Sonnet, 14 lines with 4 stanzas. It means a sonnet. Okay. So A, B, C, D. Let's come on to the from first to the middle one, to the second stanza. Let's go with me to the second stanza. From forth the parallels of these two foes, the blue stars cross lovers take their lives. Who? Okay, Mrs. Venture Explosion, silver throws to the weather that burly their burnt strip. Okay, foes with O's, overthrows. Foes with O's, same sound. Live with drive, same sound. So we can know that we can differentiate between sonnet and any type of poems that sonnet. For example, dignity, midney, seen and clean. Dignity, midney, and seen and clean. This is I divorced from the previous sonnet. And you can continue it by yourself. You will find it in the previous sonnet, previous slide. It includes each slide. Each line. The last sound is the same. The second or third line. So that's all for our lecture today. We have been talking about the types of poems. There are 6 types with much more examples. So inshallah, see you in the 4th lecture. Inshallah, tomorrow I will submit my 4th lecture. Today I'll let you with this assignment. You can submit it. You can contact me after you've done it. You should send it to me by Gmail or WhatsApp. Okay, let's see your assignment. اوكي، هذا الاساينمنت طبعا هايكو بوم. الاساينمنت هايكو بوم حتكتبوا بوم باستخدام هذا النوع من البومز اللي هو شنو الهايكو بوم. اوكي، طبعا الهايكو بوم contains all the 3 lines، تحتوي فقط على 3 lines. ديروا تشيك على الهايكو بوم، افهموا واكتبوا هايكو بوم وابعتوها لي على الواتساب او جيميل. in the previous class في المحاضرة اللي قبلها already اعطيتكم النمبرز. you can contact me. thank you so much والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. my regards، نساء زيدان.